Well, hello there, beautiful people. Welcome back to Bodhi's Nature. It's Bodhi. Thank you for clicking on my vibe. You know I appreciate you guys. Today we're going to be getting off into the 10th video of this numerology series. We're talking about the Master Teacher number 11. 11s, thank you so much, man, for your patience. I really appreciate that. It did take me some time to get this video out, so I adore you. Thank you for your patience, okay? So yeah, today we are going to be talking about the master teachers number 11. Okay, we're going to be talking about some basic personality traits of that number 11 energy. We're also going to be talking about the life path number 11, as well as the expression number and or omega matrix number 11s. Okay, so if you are any of those things, you're definitely in the right place. But first, I would suggest, if you haven't done so already, go check out the introduction video, okay, to this series. It's called The Omega Matrix. Be careful what you ask for. All right, that link is in the description box up here. No, wait, that link is somewhere up here, okay? And it's also in the description box of this video. All right, but it will make a lot more sense, you guys, if you go check out that introduction video first, especially as we start to talk about the Omega Matrix number, which is a very important number. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and get off into this. Right, don't forget to like the video, you guys. Don't forget to comment below, subscribe, click the bell, and share this with another number 11. All right. I am a life path number 11 as well. So, I think I've only met one life path 11, one in real time. I mean, or kind of a, rare, as well as the master number 22s. Okay. Rare energies, but anyways, master number 11 personality, or that 11 personality and traits. Okay. Now, first, before I get off into that, definitely go check out the video, the first video, like the number 1 video that I did, and the number 2 video. Okay, go check those 2 videos out first, okay? Because that master number 11 embodies both of those energies, okay? It embodies the 11 and the number 2. All right. All right. The master number 11 is both feminine and masculine energy. Again, that number 1 masculine energy, the number 2 feminine energy. All right. It possess both qualities of the 1 and the 2. All right, but it takes both frequencies to a higher level. All right, so that's important for you guys to know. You're not only an 11, but you're a 1 and a 2, and you take them to a higher level. Okay, you are revolutionary. You know what I'm saying? You have this extreme intuition and extreme spiritual insight. This number 11 personality. All right. You're a spiritual bomb, man. You are a spiritual bomb. I mean, this energy, that number 11 energy, is full of energy, and it's full of intuition. It's just full of spirituality. It's kind of like overload. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And the number 11, it kind of serves as a bridge. All right. Like, this 11 energy is the bridge that connects the spiritual realm to the physical realm. It's the bridge. All right. That's what 11s are. All right. That this 11 energy is the carrier of divine energy, of divine truth into the world. All right. So it's like it hangs out in the spiritual world, right? It creates a bridge, and it carries this spiritual energy, this divine knowledge, okay, back to the physical realm. That's what 11s do. All right. And is, you guys are so unique, right? 11 energy, to where even if you try to blend in, it's almost impossible. It's not impossible, but it's almost impossible. Okay, so it's like, yeah, you weren't created to blend in. All right, 11s. And you guys have a very special mission in life, like the life path number 9s, like the life path, or not necessarily life path, but like the number 9 energy, like the number 22 energy. You guys have a very special mission in life. Okay. Um, and if you try to avoid your mission, you will feel very lost and severely out of place. Keep that in mind, number 11s. All right. The task of an 11 is to connect and complete your mission. Okay. So let me rephrase that. The task of an 11 is to connect with your mission and to complete it. All right. And remember, that mission is very special. It's very unique. It has something to do with spirituality, divine truth, divine insight, bringing that insight into the physical world, bridging these two worlds together. And it's not an easy mission. Okay. It's not an easy mission. All right. Now, because, this master number 11 is both 1 and 2 on steroids. Okay. It's ruled by two different planets. All right, which is the sun. Okay, it's ruled by the sun and it's ruled by the moon. Wow, the sun and the moon. The father and the mother. Okay, it's ruled by the zodiac sign of Leo as well as Cancer. So the elements is water and fire. Water and fire. The best day to really manifest or really embody this number 11 energy is on Sunday and Monday. Okay, Sunday and Monday. All right, so see how, it's like a contradiction. Like the number 11 energy is such a contradiction. And as a life path 11, this is something that I've just always, I've always experienced this. It's such a contradiction. Again, we're ruled by the sun and the moon. Those are contradictions. It's the mother and the father, masculine and feminine. The elements that we serve is fire and water. Well, we know water puts out the damn fire. You know what I'm saying? So it's always a contradiction. It's like, we're here in the physical realm. We know how to navigate the physical realm. You know what I'm saying? And then we're in the spiritual realm. And, and those are two different things on the surface. It's one of the same under the surface, but it's two different things on the surface. And so, it's, trying to bring these two things together is a feat. It really is. It's not easy. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I'm here for it. All right, let's go ahead and get off into the life path number 11. Hello, my fellow beautiful life path number 11s. Please leave it in the chat if you are a life path number 11. I love connecting with other life path number 11s because, like I said, our path is such a contradiction. Our purpose is such a contradiction, yet it's a special, special mission. Okay. Yeah. And it is kind of like with great responsibility, or with great power comes great responsibility. Okay. And that's something that I always remind myself. So yeah, definitely leave it in the chat if you are a life path number 11. I would love to hear about that. I think one of my viewers, one of my amazing viewers, actually, huge supporter of the channel. I think he is a life path number 11. Jay, I think you're a life path 11, right? I could be wrong, but I think you said you were. Anyways, before I get off into the life path, number 11 energy, okay, I want to share with you guys a poem that I wrote about that number 11 energy on my Instagram a couple years ago. And just, to add some more deliciousness to the video. Why not? Okay. So this is for all energies, not just life path number 11, expression number 11, Omega Matrix number 11. This is for you, okay? It says, you are highly in tune with the divine knowing that penetrates illusions. You have a magnetic spirit that amplifies the atmosphere, holding the vibration of both the one and the two. You already know you've been on this plane many times before. And yes, of course, your soul ranks high within the spiritual realm. You seek truth and find knowledge with an urge to elevate the frequency by sharing the knowledge you've acquired. You are, my love, the bringer of knowledge, the teacher of wisdom and esoteric realities. However, with great power comes great responsibility, as the 11 must live by the truth it speaks. And so you should know your most unlucky experiences are your greatest teachings. The world would be oblivious if it wasn't for you. Embrace your mission. Y'all like that? I thought that was pretty cool. All right, 11 energy. There we go. Okay. Let's get off into this life path energy, my fellow life path number 11s. Life path. I'm sure you already know what your life path is. Just in case. If you don't, go Google it. Okay, go put your birthday number in and find out what your life path is. Very important. One of the most important core numbers of your numerology. Okay, the life path represents the most fulfilling path for you. All right, and it is calculated by your birth date. So this is a gift. You know, it was something that was divinely gifted to you, your life path. So it can never be changed. You understand? Of course, this path, you could take many different directions on this path. You know, you can go down many different avenues on this path. But your life path is the most fulfilling path for you. You don't want to chase ghosts, right? You don't want to be going down the life path of a number 5, which is freedom, and when you're supposed to be on this path of the 11. Okay, so that's very important for you guys to find out what that is. All right. Now, the most fulfilling path for a life path 11 is divine intuition. Okay, divine intuition. That's the most fulfilling path for you. Stay in tune with the divinity. Stay in tune with your intuition. Okay. Now, a lesson for the life path 11, because we all have lessons, right? And so the lesson for you is to learn to accept responsibility of carrying their divine truth to others. This is a great responsibility. Okay? You have to learn how to accept that responsibility. It's your job to bring divine truth, divine insight to others, to the world. That's what you came to do. You know, a lot of people will reject this because it's so out there. You know, it's divine, it's in the spiritual realm, it's esoteric, it's occult. So they're like, oh no, that's taboo, whatever. Oh yeah, you know. But that's what you're supposed to do. Okay, that's what makes it so challenging, because most of the time this information is rejected. Now that we're getting more and more off, you know, we're entering off into the Aquarian age. I'm one of those people, I really don't believe that we're already in the Aquarian age. I feel like we started to make our way towards it, you know, but there's so much different misleading information that's in the world today. It's been in the world for years now, you know, just misleading information. You know, people don't really know what's real, what's fake. Well, that's not the Aquarian energy. Aquarian energy, life path 11 energy is truth. It's the fucking truth, you know. So as we get off into more so of the Aquarian age, you know what I'm saying? That's where the master number 11s and expression number 11s and Omega Matrix number 11s will really come off into this energy where your divine truths, your divine insight will not be as rejected as it had been previously. Okay, or it won't be, you know, manipulated or duplicated or whatever. You know what I'm saying? People will just recognize it as the truth, you know, because that's what it is. So, you know, yeah. But that is a huge challenge of the life path number 11, is to unite the spiritual realms to the earthly realm. Huge challenge, okay? Now, with master numbers like master number 11 and 22s, there are valuable lessons that we must learn, but it brings high reward, right? Valuable lessons. Like with the 11s, again, we must live by the truth that we speak. You know, our lessons, right? Our, you know, our downfalls, our, you know, failures, you know, our worst experiences become our greatest teachings. Okay? So just remember that. All right. So there's valuable lessons, but high reward for life path number 11, as well as the 22. Okay. So a life path 11, you guys may find it challenging to realize what your potential is. Okay. Usually life path 11s are late bloomers. You really don't realize what your purpose is, where your seat is at the table until a little bit later. Okay, so that is that life path energy. Just making sure that you guys are aware. That this is a very, that this is challenging for you. To really realize your position. Um, you guys are also very extremely intuitive. All right, that's another huge thing with the life path number 11 is you guys are very intuitive. you know um, Never shy away from that. You know what I'm saying? Again, your intuition is going to go against what everybody else is doing, what everybody else is saying. You understand what I'm saying? Your intuition will be challenged. Your sanity will be challenged. Your intentions will be challenged. Okay? Your ideas will be challenged as a life path number 11. Most of the time, life path 11s are never reincarnated into a family that understands you, if that makes sense. Okay? They're just, yeah, most of the time, and this is not for every life path 11, but most life path 11s are reincarnated into a family that's totally different from them. You guys are like the black sheep of the family, or like the outcasts of the family. You know what I'm saying? They just don't understand you. A lot of the families that you reincarnate in is karmic families. Okay, karmic families. They're there to to serve as one of those valuable lessons. Okay, and it's also some karmic energy that you have to clear out. You know what I'm saying? For a lot of life path number 11s, not everybody. Okay, there, you may find one or two life path 11s that have this wonderful relationship with their reincarnated family. And that's great and outstanding. But most of us, we were incarnated in a family where they're like totally different. That's how you're a true 11. Okay. You have this extraordinary gift, like path 11s. Okay, you have this extraordinary gift for sensing other people's moods. Right? It's like you can smell it. Like clairsentience. I am a clairsentient. A lot of you guys are clairsentients. Okay, you can sense, you can feel. All right, other people's moods. Right? You can sense, you can feel hidden reasons or hidden intentions behind things. Again, that'd be something that will be challenged. People will be like, well, how did you get that? How did you come to that conclusion? You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't what they said, that ain't what their actions were. But you're like, no, yeah, there's something, something ain't right with that. Even though the actions were this way and what they said was that way, something ain't right. So that may be challenged. Your sense, of knowing, your sense of feeling. Okay, it's like you guys have this knowing or this understanding of all the undercurrents of life, why shit happens the way that they're supposed to happen, or why they're happening, the reason why they're happening. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing with life path 11s. Now 11s are twos on steroids, but also with the qualities of ones. Okay, twos on steroids. Remember the number two. Go watch that video. Watch the number one video. Number twos. You guys are very diplomatic. You are great at working a part of a team. It's kind of like you serve as the glue between like your family and your friends and your environment, right? You're the facilitator. You know what I'm saying? You can recognize people's qualities and how they can add to the greater good, that type of thing. Very diplomatic. It's like you're the anti-one. You would rather be working with people than independent, yet you have the quality of the one, which is all about independence. Okay, which is all about, I'm going to do my own thing, right? I'm a leader. You know what I'm saying? So again, it's a contradiction. So keep that in mind. You are all of these energies, right? You're the one, you're the two, you're the 11. That's why master numbers are they're just not easy paths. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to navigate all these different vibrations. You know what I'm saying? At different times in your life. And you have to know when to wear what hat. So it's like when you're in a team environment, embody that number two energy, right? Become diplomatic. You know what I'm saying? Become very, caring, and, make sure you're offering an empathetic ear. You're not doing so much talking, but paying attention, observing, listening, keeping things together. right? When it's time for you to go out there and get it on your own because you don't have no team or have no support, embody that number one energy of independence, assertiveness, you know, the heart of a tiger type of thing, right? Um, but don't forget your life path, you know, which is divine intervention, which is always staying in tune with your intuition, you know, seeking higher states of consciousness, right? Seeking comfort in the spiritual realm. How can spirituality, how can it make this physical reality better? You have to practice. Like I've been practicing, you know, this is what I call it. Like, you know, I'm not a master of anything, you know, I'm a practitioner. You know what I'm saying? I love metaphysics. You know, I love metaphysics. I love occult knowledge. I love esoterics. You know, I love, you know, setting intentions, using nature to create, and, you know, all these things. You know what I'm saying? And I've been practicing for years. This is my this is my ninth, no, this is my 10th year, you know, of just being on my spiritual wonder. And for me, it was all about practicing these things. You know what I'm saying? Applying whatever I was picking up, you know, whether I was reading it, whether a mentor would come, whether I was like learning about this stuff or whatever, however the spiritual knowledge would come, I would get deep off into it. And before I would share with other people, I would apply it to my life. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, having to practice what you teach, practice what you preach, you know, applying it to your life. That is the most effective way for the life path number 11. What I learned was, instead of me trying to share what I was learning with other people, keep it to yourself until you know that it has worked for you. You can kind of create this blueprint, okay? And then once people start to see, wow, you know, like right now, I have people that's been watching me for some time, even people that's been knowing me for a while, will say, you know, whatever you want, you get. When you say you're going to get this or accomplish this, it happens. Like, how do, you know, like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, your life becomes your testimony, to where now you don't have to go out and convince people of the spiritual stuff, right? You're just living it. You're living it because you're practicing it. And that's one thing that has helped me in my journey. I remember in the beginning when I came off into my spiritual wonder and started to learn all these amazing things, I tried to share, you know, I tried to kind of share it with different people in my life way back then. They were like, what? Girl, please. Okay. So, you know, now it's just gotten to the point where I don't have to do that. People seek me. They seek my guidance. You know what I'm saying? They seek what it is that I know because they've been watching. You know what I'm saying? That's what the life path 11 is all about. Okay. So yeah. So again, I can't say this enough. Uniting the qualities of a 1 and a 2 is like uniting the qualities of the material and the spiritual worlds together. It's not easy, but that's your mission. Okay. Number 11s, you guys channel the higher truths to others, right? You channel the higher truths to others. Right? That's why I do not believe that we're in an Aquarian age. There's too much misleading information, manipulated information out there. You know, the truth is the truth. You know what I'm saying? And then it's not the truth, you know. So, yeah, there is no gray in between that, you know. And so bringing those two worlds together, you know what I'm saying, is something that is not the easiest thing, but it's something that has to be done. And it will be more accepted and sought out, okay, as time goes on. Okay, master number 11's life path. The 11s, you guys hang in there. All right, your time is coming. um okay, now sometimes this is important for, you know, life path and number 11s to know. Sometimes you guys will go from one extreme to the next, one extreme to the next, one extreme to the next. Okay, one extreme to the next. For instance, you know, we can fall into the path of um, egoism and extreme materialism, right? Just to reject this lifestyle later in life and then isolate ourselves from, you know, from life or from earthly pleasure. Okay, and that's something that I've actually experienced. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's something that I've actually experienced. Like when I was younger, you know, like I'm the only child, so I've always been spoiled. I was, whatever I want, And so I just grew up like that, like whatever I wanted, And when I grew up, again, a part of a family where I was completely different, yet I tried my best to fit in. And, the people that I grew up around, they were very materialistic. You know what I'm saying? Very materialistic. Had to have, the new Jordans, the new Coach purses. I'm talking about back when I was growing up. The Next Tails, and you know what I'm saying. And so I wanted those things, right? Because that was the environment that I was around. I was around this materialistic type of thing. I wanted the best of this, the best of that, the best of this, the best. I wanted to hang. I wanted to keep up with the Joneses, even though I always knew inside of me this is not what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? This doesn't fulfill me. It doesn't make me happy. It's not fulfilling to me, right? And so I rejected this way of living, and I still, like, to this day, I still, materialism is the last thing that's on my mind, right? I don't care about having a big mansion, the best cars, I don't care about that. Like, I've done it to where I've completely rejected, earthly pleasures, I guess, right? Those earthly pleasures, looking, dressing nice, or, I mean, I've always dressed nice, can't help it, but, name brand and shit, I don't care less about name brands or whatever. I can care less about the trends. I can really care less about that. And I rejected that, and I left the country, and I went and lived, amongst people who had absolutely nothing, but those people were the most peaceful, loving people that I've ever met in my life. I was so happy living off grid. Didn't have a washer and dryer, didn't have hot water, you know what I'm saying? Well, sometimes didn't have water at all, sometimes the electricity would go off for hours. That just brought me so much peace. It just brought me so much purpose to where I was living in the moment. It wasn't about the shoes that I had on or the bag that I was wearing. It wasn't about what car I was driving around or what status I had amongst other people. It wasn't about the earthly illusions. It was just about me being present in the moment. I was able to meditate for hours. I was able to just go out and connect with myself and with nature without this illusion. You know what I'm saying? And so I have experienced just that. Where I was really into materialism, right? Because that's what I kind of grew up into completely rejecting the earthly pleasures. You know what I'm saying? But oddly enough, this is not the best approach for an 11, right? As happy and as peaceful as I was, and as much as I needed that in my life at that time, that is not the best approach for us. Instead, we should try to see God in all mundane things, right? Like, I feel like trending things that trend, that's mundane. That's like pebbles, I feel like, labels and stuff. I feel like that's pebbles. That's very mundane, and it has no substance, but even like as a life path 11, we're supposed to seek God in those types of things too, right? Because they were created. Labels were created. Beautiful cars and houses were created from somebody's mind. And so instead of us subtracting completely from this physical realm, right, it's like we're supposed to engage with that physical realm and see God there, right? And bring the spiritual dimension to all things physical. That's the approach that we're supposed to take. So when I had to leave from living off the grid, it was the most heartbreaking thing ever. It's still hard for me. It's so hard for me to be here in the physical realm where it matters. So, you need your hair done, you need to get your nails done. You need to do this, not necessarily, but status, the illusion matters. And so I'm trying to, really get off into interjecting myself again into this physical realm, you guys, okay? Still being a spiritual person, spiritually driven person, but I have to be able to live in both worlds, in order to be the bridge. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm becoming off into a different part of this life path now, okay? So yeah, if you guys are interested in that. But you guys may, a lot of life path 11s will experience the same thing. You started off materialistic, and now you're like, oh, that's the fire. Oh God, it's so dumb. Like, who cares? This is all an illusion any fucking way. I don't want nothing to do with it. To getting back on path, getting back on track. Like, okay, how can I bridge these two worlds together? You know what I'm saying? how I have always been able to bridge the two worlds together, even before I left and, lived off the grid again, is just practicing different esoteric, practicing different, metaphysical practices in my life. And it started to work. It was working. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you know when somebody is very spiritual. They practice what they preach. Their life is a reflection of what it is that they're talking about. I can't be sharing with you guys money jars and, magical money jars and, affirmations and shit, vision boards that hasn't come to pass for me. You know what I'm saying? I can't, So the things that I share with people, I know what I'm talking about because I've lived it and I'm living it, if that makes sense. Okay. So that's very important for our life path 11. Let's go on. Let's move on. Whatever. Let's talk about some positive and negative expressions of how this life path can manifest itself in our reality. It's important to know the positive, the good, the negative, the bad, because they can't live without the other. All right. The more we are aware of what these expressions are, the more we can check this energy when it starts to get too far out this way or too far out that way. Okay. Because again, we need balance. All right. To keep things going, especially with this 1, 2, 11 energy. All right. So, some positive expressions of a life path number 11. Okay. You guys are great partners, right? You are great partners, great lovers, great wives, and husbands, great partners. You are enlightened teachers. You are enlightened teachers. You are the healers. Okay. You are outstanding writers. I love to write. Okay. And scientists. Okay. I love to mess with herbs and stuff. I'm no scientist, but I love, herbs. What is up with my hair, y'all? Whatever. 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 It is what it is. Okay. So, yeah, you guys are enlightened teachers. You are enlightened healers. You are enlightened writers and scientists. Okay. You're able to reach the top of almost any field. You know what I'm saying? You're able to reach the top of almost any field that you feel passionate about. Okay. That's very important. You got to feel passionate about it. All right. You possess otherworldly intuition, like the number 9, like the number 7. You guys possess otherworldly intuition. Like I said, when you are going based off of your intuition and driven based off of your intuition, other people might be like, what? They're going to question it. It's okay. It's not of this world. Okay. You guys are idealists in a higher sense of the word. Okay. You're like the number 9s. You guys are idealists. You get your ideas from out there, from otherworldly. Okay. Those are positive expressions of the life path number 11. Now, some negative expressions of the life path number 11, again, just so you can be aware, to keep that energy balanced, is nervousness and lack of direction, right? Lack of direction. That will occur for many 11s earlier in life. Like I said, when I was younger, I was very materialistic. I wanted to have the best of this. I want to have this kind of status, just lack of direction. Okay, that's a normal thing of how it can manifest itself negatively. And nervousness. Okay, yes. Impracticality. You not being very practical. All right, so that's a negative expression. Flying in the clouds. Like the life path 9, you guys like to daydream. You like to be out there somewhere. Most of the time, you enjoy the spiritual realm, that imaginary realm, which imaginary is not, it's not fake. It's real. It's just not of this world, right? So a lot of the time, you guys would prefer to be out there than here. Okay, and it shows. All right, and last but not least, using your gifts for self-serving needs only. Using your gifts for self-serving needs only. Okay, at some point I knew that I had to share what I knew with people. That's why I created this YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to impose my beliefs or my practices on anyone else. I just wanted to put it out there, and whoever gravitate towards it, if they gravitate towards it. You know what I'm saying? But at some point I had to come out and share, what I knew and what I'm still learning with others. Okay, I'm still learning. Okay, we'll always learn, right? We'll always learn. Okay, now the advice for the life path number 11 is know that being an 11 is rewarding. but an often challenging path. All right, know that it's rewarding, but an often challenging path. Know that you are supported in bringing your spiritual gifts to the world, and never settle for an average life. You will have great company with life path number sevens. All right, that's your tribe. You know, if you can have you a life path number seven, a life path number nine, you know what I'm saying? Like that is your tribe. Even a life path number two, okay, that's your tribe right there. You know, y'all are kind of in alignment with what really matter, like what really matters to you. It's like same accord with a seven, a nine, a two type of thing. Okay, so that's your tribe. Okay, but know that you are supported in bringing your special gifts to the world. All right, never settle for an average life, because yeah, you'll be so unfulfilled if you have this average life doing what everybody else is doing and stuff like that. Yeah, no. Okay. Life path number 11 is my fellow life path number 11s. I hope you have enjoyed that segment. Okay, I hope you've learned a little bit something extra about yourself, or you know, something that you can use in your journey. If you did, if you liked this portion, okay, like the video, comment below, don't forget to subscribe, y'all, click the bell, share this with another number 11. I would greatly appreciate that. Okay, last but not least, we're going to get off into the expression number. Some numerologists call it the destiny number because it talks about our destiny. Whatever floats your boat, okay? This section is also for the Omega Matrix, number 11 as well. Again, if you do not know what your Omega Matrix number is, or if your Omega Matrix is not an 11, go check out that introduction video. The link is in the description box, the Omega Matrix. Be careful what you ask for. Very important number for people to know, okay, and use. All right. So expression, destiny. All right. The expression number, unlike the life path number, it can be changed because it's calculated by our name. Yep. So if you get married, you know, if you voluntarily change your name, your whole vibe changes, right? The expression number represents how you express yourself to the world, how people perceive your energy. So it's all about our talents. You know, it's all about the skills that we have, right? And that's why this section is also for the Omega Matrix number 11s, because Omega Matrix number 11s, it's your duty, if you want to co-create with the universe effortlessly, okay, to manifest, right? It's your duty to embody these skills and these talents and traits of this number 11, all right? It's your duty to do that. Now, your destiny expression number 11s, Omega Matrix number 11s. The destiny for you is to transform the lives of others. That's what you came to do. Expression number 11s, Omega Matrix number 11s. Okay, transform the lives of others. Omega Matrix number 11s, this is a powerful affirmation that you can say to yourself in the mirror, you know, especially in the morning, at night, before you go to bed. I was created to transform lives. Okay, that's a powerful way, man, of how you can start to embody this expression number 11, the traits and the skills of that energy. Okay. All right. The number 11, okay, expression number 11s, you know, Omega Matrix number 11s, you guys are the most charged numbers. Okay. Y'all have a lot of energy, man, a lot of high energy. Okay. Your intuition is exceptional. Naturally, expression number 11, your intuition is exceptional. If you are an Omega Matrix number 11, understand that you tuning into your intuition and following your intuition, no matter what anybody says, is very important to you fulfilling your destiny, to you working with the universe to create easy. Follow your intuition, okay? You know, others see that there is something special about you. Expression number 11s, Omega Matrix number 11s, okay? It's very clear that there's something special about you, but they can't quite put their finger on it, or they can't really quite explain it, all right? But you have this different kind of energy about you, okay? And others see it, you know, others see it, okay? You must bring your gifts and show them to the world, expression number 11. You know, it has a lot to do, again, with, you know, your life, you know, what your interests, your spiritual interests, how can you bridge that with the physical world? How can you make the world a better place with your spiritual knowledge and intuition? So you have to find a way to connect with your mission and then bring it to the world. Okay. Omega Matrix number 11. Same thing for you. Okay, you guys have to, you have to embody the energy. I want to connect with my spiritual gifts and I want to be able to bring them to the world. Okay. Your special force, expression number 11s, lies in honoring and putting to use your creativity, your intuition, your spiritual gifts, such as healing. All right. So somewhere along there, expression number 11s in either Omega Matrix number 11, that's where your seat is at the table. All right. Your creative intuition, your spiritual gifts, such as healing. All right. Yeah, creatively expressing your intuition, creatively expressing your spiritual knowledge, creatively, living a life according to what your passions are, living your life, right, in reflection to that. Your force is there somewhere, all right? Don't forget that you guys represent a double power. Expression number 11s, even Omega Matrix number 11s, okay? You guys are leaders, great leaders, and you have a lot of confidence, but you also have the harmonic, diplomatic energy of the number 2. Again, expression number 11s, Omega Matrix number 11s, know when to wear your hat. And I think that is also a challenging aspect of this 11 energy. Know when to be a leader, when to be assertive, when to take charge, know when to do that, right? Know when to be a part of a team, when to be more diplomatic, you know what I'm saying? To be more of a listener, to be more of not an action oriented, but just more of a receptive energy. Know when to do that. Know when to wear these hats. Know when to share your spiritual truths and when not to. Okay, so learning your different hats. Okay, Omega Matrix number 11. Remember that you have different hats to wear. It's not just one, like a regular life path or a regular number. Okay. You have the 1 that you have to wear the hat of. You have the 2 that you have to wear the hat of, and the 11. So make sure, expression number 11s and Omega Matrix number 11s, make sure you go check out the 1 video and the 2 video, okay? Because that's your energy on steroids, okay? All right. Most expression number 11s, okay? Most of your childhoods were kind of, probably it wasn't the easiest for most expression number 11s. Okay, it just, y'all didn't have the easiest childhood. Okay, not for everybody, but for a lot of you guys. And I say that because, people try to enforce their patterns or beliefs onto you, right? Even as a kid growing up, a lot of you guys accepted it, but felt horrible, like, oh, I don't want to do this. Or some of you guys rejected that because you're like, no, I'm different. I don't want to do that. I, dance to the beat of my own drum. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of became a challenging kind of childhood, right, for some expression number 11s. But it's crazy because, in your adulthood, people often turn to you to hear your unique perspective. I love it. Okay. Anyways, that's all I have for this wonderful master teacher 11 number. Okay. Yeah, man, you guys are the master teachers, right? You are the spiritual healers, right? You're the barrier of truth. You're the barrier of wisdom. And, connect with your mission and complete it, right? It's not easy, but it has great rewards with that. All right, number 11s. I've talked a lot, so I'm done. Until next time, beautiful people. Bye.